Why go find a woman or try to be with a woman who is high maintenance and probably she has expensive taste that you can afford, right? How is your life going to be? How are you going to keep up? Because mind you, it's just going to be a worry to yourself as a man who is struggling to build life, who is struggling to save, to invest, to make money, and to build a good future for yourself. Don't do it. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to react to a reaction. I saw a video on TikTok about a dude reacting to a certain video, and I really want you to watch this and pay attention to exactly what transpired because I think I have an unbiased opinion about this whole thing, and I believe it's imperative that you listen to this. By the way, I'm Chris, and this is the Bros Trends. So take a look at this video, and then when I come back, I'll tell you something very, very, very important that you need to keep in mind and always with you. I'll be back. Check it out.
You are a trotro driver, but then your dream is to be with a lady like this. Who you mate, who you carpenter, who you mason, but then you dream to be with a lady like this. I'm sorry to tell you, you should stop dreaming about that. Ladies like this are not categorized for people like you. People like hairdressers, kayayo ladies, cleaners, those should be the range of women you should look through. If you are a truck driver, do not aspire or dream to be with endowed ladies like this. Endowed ladies like this, Namiankasa, what type of men are meant for them? There is no way a truck driver you will succeed in having an endowed lady like this. They didn't see that. It has never happened before. Or all is it's never possible. Ladies like this are mainly meant for men like these.
Okay.
Men like these.
All right. You see, you guys should relax. Relax for her, okay? I shall explain. Okay, I want to ask you a simple question, okay? If this endowed, like you claim women, technically women with ass, nice shape, right? If they are for rich men, why are they still on the streets hooking up? Why are they still at La Paz and, La Paz, Osu, Labadi, these places? Why are they doing hookup? Why are they around? Why are they all over the place? Why are they sleeping around? Why are they selling their value so cheap if they are for these rich men? You see, you guys are so delusional to the point that you don't talk reality. You talk things that you think that people know. It's a content and you want people to react and all. That's why I tell people to relax, because when someone is saying something and the person doesn't know what she's saying, it is not something to be angry about. All right? Endowed women, also whatever you guys call it. They are in our DM begging for urgent 500 cities. They are in our DM begging for urgent 1K. They are hungry as fuck. The fact that you are comparing these type of ladies to skilled workers, women with Insanujuma, the seamstresses and the hairdressers, who the wemu to two no kitan Sanujuma no mesre bema 100 cities no. Who the way to 20 so only deserve a trotro mate. Now, do you know who a trotro mate is?
Like I said, I've seen this guy called Yapisi on TikTok, and I think together with him also, three guys that usually they host the Silvercast podcast, which is quite an interesting podcast. Something that usually entails relationship and discussions and stuff like that. And I believe that they usually speak from the men's perspective, right? Which is to a certain extent is quite awesome because men haven't been speaking for quite a while now, or in recent times, it tends to be a woman conversation rather than what men want and what men need and stuff like that. But with this particular commentary that he made on this particular video, I wanted us to, speak about it for just a minute or two. See, I understand where his enragement and not anger, but his concern comes from, in the sense that we are in a era or in a generation whereby things are quite tricky and things are quite dicey. What I would just want to say is that from a man's perspective, whatever he might have said, to a certain extent makes sense. And what the lady also said, to extend and extent, makes so much sense. You see, we are in a space whereby I feel like you need to cut your coat according to how you wear it and according to how it fits. I don't believe that as a young guy or as any man who is, trying to build their life up, need certain expenses that is above their pay grade. It's as simple as that. You don't have to go carry some woman or have, a side piece or a main woman or a main chick as is being used in this modern day and age who has a higher taste or for lack of better word, who is high maintenance, right? I don't think that as a person, and as you rightly said and mentioned, a certain careers in bracket and quantify them that way and kind of relate it to them not being able to afford for a specific woman so they shouldn't go for, to some extent I agree, but also it looks like we've also looked down on certain jobs for so long. I don't know if it's a societal problem that sometimes even the people who work in corporate organizations do not even make the money that these people or the people who are drivers, who are masons, who are whoever make. You can't compare that, but I understand the societal nature of things and the way the society kind of have certain stigmatization when it has to do with certain things on people. So I really really do understand the perspective of the lady, right? But I agree with her to a certain extent. Why go find a woman or try to be with a woman who is high maintenance and probably she has expensive taste that you can afford, right? How is your life going to be? How are you going to keep up? Because mind you, it's just going to be a worry to yourself as a man who is struggling to build life, who is struggling to save, to invest, to make money, and to build a good future for yourself. Don't do it. I agree with the lady to a certain extent. Where I do not agree is that if anybody in any situation or have a type of a job that he feels like he's making much and his taste is high maintenance, he should go for it. Is his taste, if he can handle it, allow him to do that, right? And I'll come back to Yao's you know comment on the whole issue with, I understand that they are trying to protect the man's ego and they are trying to establish to a certain extent men as alpha males and how they need to control women and no woman should talk down on any man and stuff like that, which I know should be the norm probably because literally that's how God created it. But there is so much evolution or revolution of things in our modern day age and society that there are certain things that you just have to adapt and adjust to. Okay. So I understand his perspective. It looks like they are trying to correct some wrongs and stuff, but which I feel like sometimes it's quite extreme. I don't know if it's for clicks or I don't know if it's for um you know, if it's for views or if they are really, really talking from their heart. Like I said, I agree with them on some things, I disagree with them on some things. Not because I'm a man, I'm supposed to follow blindly, right? It depends on the things that you say and the things that I believe that it makes sense enough for anybody to understand, anybody to accept, right? So regardless, him saying the women that deem themselves as high maintenance are in the DMs and asking for 500 Ghana cedis and stuff like that, I think that's way overboard. Well, it might be happening and it surely might be happening, but it's not. Should I say it's not the norm like that, right? Well, I don't know, but I don't think it's the norm like that. I don't think you see someone like Hajel for real. What is the lady's name? Let me just use Hajel for real in people's DM begging for 500 Ghana cedis. right? Or Summer Mumin, that's the name. It escaped me a little bit, but you can see in people's DM begging for 500 guineas. There are these hard time, high class, high maintenance women that are spread on social media and doing this and doing that. And I think at the end of the day, as a woman, if you put a worth or if you put worth on yourself and your body and the way you operate, I think and I believe you attract certain group of men. That's a norm in our society. That's a norm in the world, right? You attract the classes that value who you are, right? So, yeah, I get him with all the analysis and the comments that he made to a certain extent because some part of it is true, but I think some part or most part of it is going overboard to make women understand that this is not how the street is, which truly maybe, but I believe that if it's the street and if it's not corporate, they are two conflicting areas, right? A lot of people, a lot of high maintenance women loves to date above a certain, class range, which is totally fine because it's their choice. It's how they've made their life to be, it's how they're building their life and how they want to live. You can fault them for it. So I believe that you should allow them do whatever that they want. Like I said, to a certain extent, I agree with her with her submissions and I mean, bro, why go for something that you can take care of? It's just headache, bro. Anyways, this way I cut it. Just follow us on our TikTok, The Bros, and then also subscribe to our channel on YouTube at The Bros Podcast. We'll be uploading this there each and every time. And as always, I'm Chris, and I'm out.